It's the beginning of another weekend. Welcome to the show. I am Morayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the leaders with me. Mariam Lunge, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
I hardly see you on this side.
Yes. And I'm going to say, every time I sit on this side, she says, I
are
hardly
you
see you on this side. So,
For real?
yes, we have this conversation every time.
Okay, sorry, I'll try not to have it again the next time. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. I would like to thank one of our an avid fan and follower of ours, Mrs. Margaret Smith. She lives in the UK. She sent me my very first Christmas gift. She sent me a book. She sent me 2 books.
Oh.
One on, of course, nature and our environment, and the other on gardening, I guess, you know. And let me see, how I got to even know her was Ridland. We know Ridland, the
Yes,
book
the
reading
book club,
club, yes, for children. And they had gotten in touch with me, said that Miss Margaret, who follows me here, because through your view, also followed me when I read on Ridland. And since then, she has been one of their biggest supporters. She's donated books and so many things for them. They're so grateful for her,
support.
Yeah. You know, and she too, every time she'd be like, thank you for helping me get into, to find out about them. And I just want to say thank you so much. Because sometimes you feel that, what am I really doing? But what you do, however small, you're making a bigger impact, somewhere down the line. It may not be you directly. So we thank God that your view is able to make that, transfer that, to other places. So thank you, Ms.
Thank you very much, Miss Margaret Smith. How you doing? Obiajulu, you're a leadership certified.
We missed
I
your
can't wait,
class.
man. I wish
I'll
I was,
join
but
the next
another
one.
one by God's grace. But how you doing?
That's
How's
been
everything?
amazing. I have good news for my fans. I think in November I sponsored 80 Nigerians to do this data analyst courses.
Yes.
Yeah. So now I have partnered with Africa Business Radio, where I do my podcast, Shipreneur, with BC Ugbo, and also Global Access Tech Inclusion Program, NAPTIP. I've partnered with them to give 1,000 women full scholarship for this training this period.
1,000?
Yes, 1,000 women. So you just need your laptop and data, and you have 100% scholarship to go for these courses. So if you want to, have a career in tech domain, you want to be a data analyst, data scientist, or machine learning expert, this is your chance.
Only women?
I want to support women right now. We don't have a lot of women in STEM, so this is an opportunity for those young women out there, old women out there. You can achieve anything at any age to take be a part of
we get a lot of messages from women who like, I'm a housewife, I don't know what to do, I'm just in the house, I want something. This is an opportunity where you get a laptop and you get busy. I mean, it's fantastic. Well done.
Thank you.
1,000 is a lot.
It's a lot.
Well done.
You started with 100.
God is backing me up.
Fantastic. Thank you. Nima Akasha Zabiri, how you doing?
How are you?
I'm fine.
I'm fine. But this morning I have an announcement on behalf of our Director of News.
Okay, SDJ.
Yes, SDJ Stella Dean. Her Facebook has been hacked because I saw someone chatting with me, and it's very unusual of her to chat with me on Messenger, but this person was chatting with me just this morning. So I thought, and then he sent me a link of what he had posted, saying, I posted on my page, and I went there. It was about, what do they call them?
All those they are scamming. Networking.
Pay money, pay small, and double the money. What do they call them? Ponzi scheme. Thank you. It's called Cash Chain Investment Platform. And they've hacked her page. They're asking people to invest 50,000 to get 100,000 within hours. This is not her. This is not Stella Dean at all. I've spoken with her this morning, and they are hackers. Please, if you are on our page, don't invest. Don't follow them. She did not invest. She did not make money.
Serious
The page
hackers.
has been hacked.
Please write, you are a scammer.
Scammer all over it. Yes.
All right, so let us have...
You look really pretty as usual.
Thank you,
today.
styled by my mom, as usual. Fridays.
What's the gilly?
My mom, styled by my mom.
It's not complete.
Yes, the gilly was small.
Okay, you didn't want to
tie it. I didn't know how to tie it. I tried to tie it. I just couldn't tie it. So.
You guys looked so amazing yesterday.
Everybody loved
it. You looked so amazing.
Please, how are we going to top that by Christmas?
Don't worry,
We have to top that. It was amazing. I was so proud of us. I'm like, yes.
Everybody was excited. I got messages talking about how beautiful. Well, before we forgot, we have to congratulate a woman we love. Remember, we had her on the show, engineer Mrs. Margaret Oguntala. She's just been elected as the first female deputy president of Nigeria Society of Engineers. And because of that, she now automatically becomes the first female president in 2025. Congratulations to her. We're celebrating her on that day, and we're hoping that she'll get the...
BC was just talking about women in STEM, so this is
an engineer. And congratulations to her.
Congratulations.
Let's go on a break. When we come back, we go through the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Right. We're going to start with The Nation. Buhari, how Akonde, Oshoba, others lost in 2003. That's 2003. Sultan to Nigerians, stop blame game, unite against enemies. Omicron, Sanwo-Olu steps down peace walk. The Nation man wins Wale Soyinka Awards. Ogun, Lagos on collision course over light rail. Troops rescue 20 policemen abducted by terrorists. Okay, which story? Let's start with the major headline.
So yesterday was the book launch of an autobiography of the APC chieftain, first chairman of the party, Chief Akonde. And the president was there. He talked about how, let me quote him now carefully. He said, it is common knowledge that Akonde was the victim, along with other AD governors, of a diabolical double cross which ended his gubernatorial career. Only the steadfast Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu escaped the electoral massacre masterminded by President Obasanjo, former President Obasanjo. Desperately disappointed though he was, and being a good Muslim, he accepted this setback as part of his trials of life and looked to the future of service to the country, describing Sir Akonde as a decent, truthful, friendly person, as well as an administrator of the First Order. And a lot of people at the book launch called My Participation talked about how he's always been. This is a man who's always comported himself and knows when to make sacrifices for a cause party. You can never see him in a party fighting party causes, and they'll be in court back and forth because of him. He knows when to compromise and when. And so a lot of people who met him in the past or worked with him presently had good things to say about him. Congratulations on him.
Yes.
All right. Okay, go ahead.
Ogun State, so first of all, the Lagos State government have decided to build a light rail project which will crisscross Ogun border communities of Itoki, Agbado, Ijoko, and some surrounding areas. Now, the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority is in charge, and that's Lamata. And they have given a notice in November 8th to inform residents of the Agbado, Ijoko, and the surrounding areas that structures would be demolished or acquired by Lagos State government to give right of way to this light project. However, Ogun State House of Assembly is declaring this null and void, saying that, first of all, there should have been a formal agreement between Ogun State and Lagos State before this project commences. They are supposed to have a memorandum of understanding to ensure that at least the required compensation will be given to people whose properties will be damaged. I think that's the right thing to do. You don't just think you own a right to this space, especially when it is a border. The Lagos State and Ogun State should sit down on the table and
except
work out this memorandum.
There's no clash of interest here.
Then they should talk about
except when the border is not well defined. And I don't think it's that bad. Because
it is
I think
bad.
The borders are well defined, except that, you know, when it comes to
we've had,
revenue,
live in that area.
Clash.
We've had issues where the Agbado major road has not been fixed for a very long time because Lagos State to State is not our own, Ogun State to State is not our own. So they've had unclear cuts along those borders, and they need to clear it out.
Go ahead.
Yes, so this is a sad story. Police in Niger have said yesterday that government killed 9 worshippers observing their morning prayers at the mosque in Bare Community, Mashegu Council of the state. The assailants were said to have stormed the community on motorcycles, shooting intermittently as they headed towards the mosque, and then they opened fire on the people praying. 10 persons were reported to have been injured in the attack, but locals are saying that 16 people were shot dead in the incident. The police commissioner confirmed 9 killed, and that security personnel have been asked to, investigate
Right.
there. And then 18 worshippers in Mazakuka village, in the same council, were killed months ago by bandits. In Yobe, 20 policemen were abducted by terrorists during an attack. But we heard yesterday that 10 of these police officers have been rescued by military operations in the last 2 weeks.
Okay. I have a story. The Sultan of Sokoto was speaking yesterday saying that Nigerians should desist from the blame game and unite against terrorists, bandits, and other criminal elements. He said that Muslims should stop accusing Christians of promoting killings in the north, and Christians also should disregard the recent threats by unknown persons to kill people in churches in Zamfara State. And he specifically, and interestingly, the CAN president was also at that event, and that's Samson Ayokunle, urged security agencies to also learn from the United States. According to him, the United States, if you remember the incident where they came to rescue their citizen in Nigeria, they had this covert operation. He was saying that we should have intelligence to also be able to rescue our citizens from when they are kidnapped by bandits. You had that story, right?
Yeah, I did. Okay, it's fine.
Okay, moving on to the Punch. FD begins giving booster shots. U.S. donates 2.5 million doses. Ogun wanted serial killer arrested, meeting hoodlums, others flee. Sanwo-Olu cancels peace walk, cites rising Omicron cases. Dry season, Osun deploys surveillance squad in volatile boundaries. OAU student, hotel owner denied bail, granted access to medical services. Reps hope to pass 2022 appropriation bill on Wednesday. Obasanjo, faithless suitor on blinking political philandra, says Akonde. Goodness me. And BPE names management team for Disco taken over by UBA. All right.
The major headline.
Go ahead.
So the federal government today will begin administration of booster doses of the COVID-19 vaccines. And they had said, according to the reports, that a total of 3,867,815 persons have been fully vaccinated, with a total of 7,449,989 persons who have taken just their first dose. So there's this plan by the federal government to ensure that we get 70% of Nigerians vaccinated by 2022. And, the US has also given us another batch of vaccines. However, to be eligible for this booster dose, you have to be 18 years of age and above. You must have taken the first doses of AstraZeneca, Moderna, Pfizer. You must have completed that first one, or Johnson & Johnson. And for those first three that I mentioned, you must have given a 6 months gap before a booster dose. But for Johnson & Johnson, 2 months is just enough to get this booster dose. However, a lot of experts are saying that we can't be talking of getting booster doses right now when some people have not even been vaccinated at all. We need to ensure, yes, at the same time, we need to ensure that people are vaccinated before we start talking about booster doses.
No, I'm just saying, I just thought of it.
Hey.
Some of us not go to the party.
Hey. All right. So our governor has cancelled the peace walk. He's the, as you know, he's the incident commander of COVID-19 in Lagos State, and he specifically said he can't be using emotions to make this decision. Though he had declared on November 30th that he was going to go on a peace walk, but because of the increased cases of Omicron variant, especially in Lagos State, his walk for peace had to be cancelled for now. But he's actually very overwhelmed by the outpouring of support he received from students, civil society, and quite a number of other people that were interested in that walk with him.
Okay, the OAU case, the Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered that the continuous detaining of the proprietor of Hilton Hotels, Ile-Ife, that's the Dr. Ramon Adedoyin, the major suspect in the murder of Timothy Adegoke, the MBA student that was killed in his hotel room in Ile-Ife. And the court ordered that because his lawyer had, tried to get a bail for him based on health reasons, that he be given access to medical facilities for his treatment. Also, the lawyer was saying in this case that the court had ordered that they serve a notice of hearing on the IG, but the IG did not show up in court. I don't always understand how a government agency would just not acknowledge a court process and just not show up.
Impunity.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, in Ogun State, a suspected serial killer by the name Ibiyemi Waziri has been arrested by the police command. He was he had been declared wanted for actively participating in the killing of Michael Abiodun, July 22nd, 2021, and Kola Fagbemi, July 24th. And he said through intelligence reports, they were able to arrest him. He had in a particular area where he was with other hoodlums. And when he was arrested, he was found with a pistol, a locally made pistol, and 7 live cartridges were recovered from him. So he's been arrested.
All right, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue with the review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
We want to thank you for coming on this journey with us, walking with us, staying with us. Now, as we move, we want to invite you to own a share of this new adventure with us. Buy your share of MTN through the issuing houses, stockbrokers, banks, and primary offer app by Nigerian Exchange NGX. Welcome to the journey of a lifetime.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services.
Thanks for staying with us. So, Moving on now to Daily Sun. Insecurity North now killing field, says Sultan. 2023 Presidency ACF gives Igbo hint on how to realize dream. Insurgency. Troops kill and arrest 310. Destroy logistics base, others in 2 weeks. Gumi breaks ties with bandits. Omicron, British envoy, defense ban on Nigeria. And how Obasanjo's electoral massacre cost Akonde others a second term, says Buhari. All right.
The National Chairman, Arewa Consultative Forum, Chief Audu, told the people of the Southeast region to begin serious lobbying ahead of the 2023 general elections if they want to produce their own kinsman as a president. They said resorting to intimidation, blackmail, and socio-political threats may not give them that position or give them presidency. He also said that when it comes to democracy, people are expected to be friendly enough to go around to stakeholders and solicit for their support. And that is what they should be doing. Now, he went ahead to talk about the fact that the political parties are not doing their primary responsibilities, which is to hold the government accountable. And he narrated how he was the national chairman of MPN, which is the National Party of Nigeria, saying that at the time they would sit with the president at the party level and hold him accountable for the things he has done and things he's supposed to do. They will sit with the governors and do the same thing. But right now, nobody's holding anybody accountable. And if we want good governance, we must learn at the party level to hold those people in position account. They need to answer to the political parties, and that's the only way we can have a headway.
So the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Katrina Lang, was saying that the decision to put Nigeria on the red list was not emotional, but scientific. According to her, she says that the UK government took a precautionary action by adding Nigeria to that list because they were already studying about 25 people who had come in from countries from South Africa, Nigeria, and other countries with COVID-19, with this specific variant. And according to her, she said that the decision on putting the red list are based on public health service and evidence available and do not prejudice particular countries or regions. Mary, I'm going to take Gumi. Which story?
Well, okay, Gumi is in here. Okay, I will take it here then. We know Sheikh Gumi has been the Islamic cleric that has been speaking, sort of mediating between Nigeria and the bandits. Yeah. And he's saying that... sorry?
Sorry, terrorists.
Yes, so he's saying that, well, since they have now been declared terrorists, he has washed his hands of that particular mediation. He does not want to put himself in and expose himself unnecessarily to danger.
When they were bandits, you could communicate.
Yeah, so this is what he says. I would not like to expose myself to danger again and put a spotlight on myself unnecessarily. I've tried all I could to admonish the nation on the best way to do it, but it seems my advice has fallen on deaf ears. I have endangered my life for the peace by going to the forest and engaging the bandits. Among them are rock bandits, dangerous, armed, ready to fire. It is dangerous. Still, we risked our lives to see that we bring peace to this nation because somebody has to take that risk, and we took it, and thank God we came out safely and knowledgeable, knowing how to come about this issue. Maybe in the future, when the political situation changes for the better, we can do it again so that there will be peace, harmony, and tranquility in the country. So he's saying that by naming them bandits, we have taken it out of his hands. He can no longer mediate because we've taken the wrong way. So we'll see.
Sometimes forget that people like Gumi, they have families, they have loved ones too. They're saying, don't go again. You don't know what you can do. You talk to these people.
You endanger yourself.
You endanger your life because of Nigeria that's not even doing anything concerning this matter. Moving on to Nigerian Tribune. Political parties to bear cost of primaries, INEC tells reps. Some orphanages established for sale, trafficking of children, NAPTIP alleges. Twitter ban, court dismisses suit against FG, fines Sarah 100,000 naira. People killed daily in the north, Sultan laments. Why we engage in stop and search in Ondosis and Motekun. Lobby if you want presidency, ACA tells Southeast leaders, and government kill Katsina commissioner. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll take the Twitter ban.
Okay.
So Serap had gone to court, asking that the court should, file the case against the federal government because it mentioned that TV houses, radio houses, that's the MBC had instructed TV houses and radio houses to desist from using Twitter. And they're saying that it is unconstitutional, it is wrong, and that it's more like gagging and licensing, censoring and regulating licensing and controlling of social media. So it was asking that it should be taken away from the federal government. And the federal government, in its defense, says, well, first of all, Twitter is not a Nigerian company. It's an American company carrying out its business within Nigeria. So it must carry out its business following within the laws of the country. And secondly, where it comes to human rights, because that's what Sarah was saying, that by stopping us from using Twitter, it was infringing on our human rights. But the defendants were saying, first of all, where national security is concerned, human rights falls second. So because of that, the court also looked at it and said, well, to them, this case lacks merit. And also they made something why I took the story. It says, and the people that you are here for have not complained. The radio stations and the TV stations, they are not the ones that have brought this case before. So why are you crying more than the bereaved? So I took this story because sometimes, truly, as Nigerians, if something really bothers us, we need to take that step. We need to file those suits. We need to get up and sign those petitions and do those protests. But when someone stands in for you, so they just also fine them 100,000 naira.
Because they should come together and be able to carry this to the courts. Yes.
So major headline: the chairman, Independent Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, appeared before the House Committee on Appropriation yesterday behind closed doors, following a resolution on a motion moved of urgent public importance by the Chairman House Committee on Customs and Excise Duty, Honorable Leke Abejide, that there's a 500 billion naira required for political parties to conduct primary elections. He went there to clarify that this is none of INEC's business, because INEC is not going to bear the cost of direct primary elections within parties. It is totally the business of parties, and says that he cannot say other things that were said at the behind closed door meeting that he had with the House Committee, but that, aside that, that's major, that the INEC will not be responsible for the cost of
so the National Agency for Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, alleging that some orphanages in the country are established for the purpose of sales of children and child trafficking, and they are vowing to begin clamping down on these orphanages and illegal homes. So they had this workshop organized by the European Union, sponsored fight against human trafficking through the Action Against Trafficking in Persons and Smuggling of Migrants in Nigeria, a Timson project. And she's saying that this sexual trafficking, child trafficking is causing a lot of shame to Nigerians, and we all need to fight against it. So they are appealing to collaborate with the media, saying that the media has a lot of roles to play in sensitizing people about child trafficking and sexual trafficking. And so while criminals are collaborating to commit crime, they are going to be collaborating with the media to fight this crime.
All right, so final paper, The Guardian. Save us from killers, bandits, Sultan Khan, JNI tells Buhari. Picture here of our president alongside Lagos State Governor at the commissioning and induction of the new Nigerian Navy ships, boats and helicopter at the Naval Dockyard, Victoria Island. And our president says, I can go into the jungle with Akonde. That was what he said at the book launch. Interesting. And we get asked,
the naval ship was made locally here.
Oh, really? I didn't see that in the story.
It's in the story.
Oh, wow.
Yesterday.
Assembled?
No, made here.
Made
that was
here.
what the story said.
Manufactured here.
Sure you got that?
Find out too.
See, there's a documentary I saw on TV of a Nigerian making ships in Bayelsa. He's done it over the years.
Ships that go around the world?
Yes.
Yes. When you get this
when I saw this news and that, the Nigerian Navy was celebrating that they made it here, I believed it more than, because I saw the process in that documentary.
All the materials here, all the materials, everything.
They are
did not import
assembling
anything.
now.
Not be assembled. They make and here.
Like,
not the five to make and not make for here.
This ship was made in Nigeria.
Don't give up on us.
We import.
I'm not giving up. I'm asking questions. This ship here,
This is
what
the miniature they are holding.
was made in Nigeria.
The real one, One yesterday was on the scene.
We import toothpick, so I don't understand.
We should have called
this.
us for that commissioning. Make we can inspect that.
Pictures are everywhere.
Make sure all the bowls and everything.
I'll be proud if indeed it was, but for
we
now,
need to be sure.
I would rather believe that it was assembled.
Yes.
That one sounds more realistic. And tell me where they manufacture in Nigeria.
Because we still import
send us
toothpicks.
videos.
Let's go on a break,
I'm
please.
sure we'll get a better
All these wishful thinking Nigerians. It's all good, Sha.
We'll
We'll get there
get
one day.
there.
Yeah.
You will write an apology letter for this thing.
No problem. I'll write an apology letter. I'll happily write an apology letter. And I really want to be proven wrong. I would love to be proven wrong.
Okay.
We are there already.
Let's go on a break with Nima and Haship.
We'll be
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup
check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script
check.
Are we set in the PCR? All team in place? PCR
check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup
check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script
check.
Are we set in the PCR? All team in place? PCR
check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
kádàrá aláwọ̀ àkàkàjù. àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ ọkú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà sí ipò míì.
Is that how you're gonna say it?
ọkọ tí wàá sọ yẹn.
Bó ṣe wá kọ̀wé ránṣẹ́ yìí pé òun fẹ́ rí mi kájọ fojúkojú yìí kò yé èmi o.
bó ṣe pé ẹ̀rí ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ àyà mi ti sọ kí.
torí kí ni.
àkọ́yẹ́ kọ́ mọ̀ pé jẹ́rẹ̀ ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ yọmọ mú yẹn rí flashback jọ́ ìkéyọ̀ mọ́ tó mọ́ ẹgbọ́n mọ́.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're moving on to our hot topic of the day. So one of the topics we want to talk about is the issue of will, getting a will, especially when death is inevitable, you know, because we've seen where Nigerians, we've heard so many stories. According to a handler, writing a will, especially in this part of the world, is almost non-existent. They insist that if you aren't interested in writing a will, then when you fall ill, especially when the doctor says the end is inevitable, you should try to write a will just for the peace of mind of your family. But we find that Nigerians, especially Africans, we find it difficult to have these hard conversations with our loved ones. So, for example, the doctor says you have a terminal disease and you have 4 weeks or 2 weeks or one few months to go. And they tell you, as they tell in other Western countries, go and put your homes in order. But in Nigeria, we find faith, hope, trust, and believe in God that there can still be a turnaround. And because the whole family wants to be strong for that person, nobody wants to say, hey, uncle, this thing, can you begin to tell us what you want? Especially for those who are very wealthy, who have estates, who have land, home and abroad, and there's a lot of confusion, a lot of children, a lot of wives here and there. In that situation, why do we find it difficult to have that conversation of what do you want to do with your property after you leave? That's our conversation today. How do we begin to have this kind of tough decisions? You can call us on 081-270-53687, 091-390-7694. You can also send us messages on YouTube and Facebook. We'll be happy to read your messages. And I'd like to hear your experiences. I'm sure many of you have loved ones that had this happen to. A lady in particular was saying this experience where her father, her mother obviously distraught. Her mother couldn't handle that conversation because her mother was broken, seeing her father sick on the bed. The end was obviously around the corner. They were praying, pastors were coming every day, fasting and hoping that there'll be a turnaround. But she knew that, listen, this might be the end. And she tried so hard to start the conversation with her father, but she just couldn't bring herself to it. And when the man now finally died, chaos now started. So in your view, how do we overcome this hurdle?
Okay, so this thing reminds me of the story of King Hezekiah. And I just quickly went there. It says, in those days, Hezekiah became ill and was at the point of death. The prophet Isaiah, son of Amos, went to him and said, this is what the Lord says, put your house in order because you're going to die. You will not recover. So a lot of the times also, we find it among Christian believers who is like, you know, who have that belief of, I'm not going to die. You shall not die. They will call pastors, people will be on their deathbeds. The doctor will come and call the family together and say, these are the last days, you know, come around your loved ones. But then you go ahead, call the pastor, and the pastor will come. I declare you shall not die. You shall. So, you know, you're here on the bed and the pastor has just declared you shall not die. Why then would you be having this conversation with me if it is not that you have my death, you know? So many people are afraid to have that conversation, but I think it will be the place of the older ones in the family, those who are of a certain age. But anyone should. But it's hard for Nigerians to make that decision. And I understand how a younger one having that discussion with a father or a mother will be, oh, this one has been waiting for me to die so she can inherit my property. But there are uncles and aunties and friends of a certain age. We know that you're going somewhere. May our end be, you know, better than, things like that. They should be able to have that conversation. That's on one hand about those that have that conversation with us. But secondly, we must tell ourselves the truth. All of us here, nobody came from heaven or just appeared. We were born. There's a process. We were born of a woman and we're here, every one of us. And every one of us will pass on one day, whether we like it or not. That's just life's process. And when you were being born, your parents did all they could. They made sure they cleared the house for you. They bought food for you. They bought clothes for you. They arranged and prepared for you. Now you're leaving some people behind. do the needful, prepare for them, so that when you leave, it will be such a glorious living.
Fantastic.
When you can do it. And sometimes you don't have to wait until you're on your sick bed, so it doesn't seem ominous, like, oh, okay, I'm sick and this may mean death. It could even be in your most happy, your birthdays. Okay, today is my birthday. I'm putting this aside. I'm putting this aside. You know, who knows, the next birthday, and you get to put another thing aside for you.
But
Let's think about it that way.
So this conversation, how do family members go about it?
Yeah, so I think it's we need a change of mindset. We take, especially in this part of the world, we take death so seriously, like, don't even joke with it. Don't even give an example with death and use your name. You say, my enemy. Where are you running from? You will die. I will die. Everybody will die. We don't have to wait till death comes knocking before you put your house in order. It can happen. You can go to work and you don't get back home. You can have an accident. Anything can happen. So if you have a free mindset that as I'm making this money, as I'm putting my assets together, let me start, securing my family, because anything can happen. It doesn't mean that you will outlive people that don't make any plan, or they will outlive you if you make a plan or not. It doesn't mean anything. We don't know our expiry date on earth. Nobody remembers. We came with it. We know at some point, so and so date, it will happen. But we can't remember right now. You don't know when you're going to die. I don't know when I'm going to die. So why do I have to wait till I'm already on the deathbed? So people who are smart, who are wise, who are not selfish, there's another selfish part I say in it, because even sometimes those people who are dying on the bed do not want to even share what they have. They know they are going. They are not believing anymore. They know. There are signs already that you are out the door. You know already you're going. But they still do not want to release what they have, But if you have an open mind of selflessness, you want to cater for the people who are your loved ones, you would begin to make plans. You don't have to wait. In your 30s, as you are buying that first land, you are buying in somebody's name. You are protecting somebody, because anything can happen. So I think it's just a change of mindset. If we begin to see death differently, it will help us make this plan.
So, Nima, I want you to take it from the part of faith, because there are two sides. There are those who prepare, or with what she just said, that admonishing those who are young or whatever age, prepare. I want us to go specifically to somebody who knows, like, you are on that deathbed, or the doctor has told you you have this amount of weeks left, or months, or even a year left, and you have an opportunity to put your house in order, but you choose not to because you want to activate faith. Because you want to trust that God will heal you from this bed. I'm going to stand up. So you don't want to even phantom the idea that I'm going to go. You want to tell the doctor that you are the one that's not me. I will show you the God that I have. And God will show you. So because of that, you don't think of death. And that's the real conversation. So in that situation, when we look at other cultures, when the doctor tells them, this is it, everybody knows what to do. But why do we Africans have that difficulty in taking the next steps in these situations?
There's no better way to say it. It's an emotional period to be told that you live, or to even not be told, because not all of us get the opportunity, not all those who have died anyway, not all of us will also get the opportunity to be on the deathbed and have the opportunity to put things in order. Yes. That can be sudden for some people. It was sudden from my own experience. And it's just the constant thinking that there's an end to life, and to be in that place can be overwhelming for some people. Yeah. For me, I remember when my father would call me every time and say, Nima, if I die, bury me where I die. This and that. And those kind of conversations. At some point, I said, please, if I come to this house and you're telling me this, I won't come again. So for me, it was an emotional difficulty. But when the reality happened, I then kept flashing back. And so it's not something that somebody would easily accept, that you think that you might not see someone again, or that you think that you are the one in that place. There are a lot of denials that would happen at that point. What assists people is to already have it planned, that if it just happens, what if this happens? I usually think of my children. They're young, they're vulnerable. What will happen? So I think for most people, that's what the thought should be about. And then if you had any unfinished, because for Muslims, you need to declare any debt that you're owing. You don't want to die and be paying debts with your good deeds. So for Muslims, we need to talk about debts that you're owing. my dad passed the card, ATM card to my brother and said, this pin. I know my brother said, I already have the pin. He said, no, just remember the other one, you know, just in case. And I was saying, are you dying? I was still in denial of that, you know, you're not dying. And then it happened in 2 days. So sometimes it's an overwhelming period for both parties, whether you are going to outlive or to accept
or
that
should we have the conversation even when it's emotionally overwhelming?
The conversation is for when you're healthy, when you're upright. What I see from law practice is that a father on his deathbed was so angry because, you know, some of his children were not available. He disowned them. And it was a custom those days. The confusion that thing caused has outlived him 30 years now. Because I was saying to them that I'm sure if he was alive, he would not want this confusion among his 5 children. But there's a confusion now, over 30 years now, that has outlived him. So it's not a decision you make when you're facing finality. No. It's a decision you make when you're clear and when you're investing. Just as you said, as you're buying the land, be thinking, okay, if I don't finish this land. Just yesterday, my landlord was saying to me that you people are the Muslims, and you have not brought my contract. You know, he's asking, he was saying to me that, don't you think that if I'm not here, some people will give you problem with this property that, you know, you just acquired. So sometimes it's important that when you're sane, when you're calm, when you're collected, is when you put these things in order, not in that final moment. That final moment, any emotion can be truncated, running through your head. You might be concerned about the vulnerable and, you know, less concerned about the person that might truly be there for you.
Let me go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll get a few calls and messages. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC Communications story.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain.
Thanks for staying with us. Excuse me.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
These gingers, take a small.
So, one of the reasons why we want to talk about this was a story I heard about a professor, very popular professor in Nigeria. And he had cancer, but he wasn't sure what stage and all that. And he traveled abroad, I think to Germany, to see his doctor. And his doctor had a one-on-one conversation that you only have about 2 months or less. That, in fact, you better start going back to Nigeria right away. If not, you start breaking down. So the moment he got back home, first thing he did, paid for his caskets, wrote down exactly the plan, put together a planning committee for his funeral, put together, went back to his will, updated, reviewed his will, made sure everything was in order. So by the time he passed on, everything was already laid down, smooth and easy. Now, that was not like a lesson to many people that, okay, this man had the opportunity, not everybody has the opportunity. He had the opportunity to know the end is near. But the average person wouldn't want to accept that reality and would believe that God can do a miracle.
Would have come here.
That I'm not going to die, I'm still going to live. And that's the real issue I want us to tackle. That how do we put faith in one compartment and also reality in another compartment?
The Sierra Leonean that brought the Ebola virus here was diagnosed of Ebola. He saw that it was a terminal point. What he did was come here, try to get to TB Joshua's church for healing.
Okay.
People sometimes, when it is even dangerous for you to go, you will still go in the hope that you get help.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say that also people need to look at the fact that when you get to celebrate your birthdays into your old age, that's a miracle and a blessing on its own. My father died before he turned 30. And the saddest thing, every time I'm told the story, he died in an accident, and they said one of the last things he kept saying was that, I don't want to die. So that's what sometimes I remember of him. But when you have someone that they can even get the opportunity to be told, your time is coming, go and put your house in order. So that means you've even lived long enough, you've worked hard enough, you've put some things aside. Just look at that already as a blessing and as a miracle. God has done so much for you. When we see that and understand that many people do not have that. My father, in his young days, he had a house, a few things. We didn't get any of that. Of course, he was not expecting to be driving on that particular day and be in an accident and die and leave a woman with 2 children. We didn't get anything. My mother had to start from the scratch. So when you have that, you're celebrating your 50th, your 60th. Understand that God has already blessed you. And then show that blessing in one way or the other towards your family. So just ease it. We're not saying that it will even, you know, one thing with this, it's not that it will make life fantastic forever for them, but it shows a selflessness. I understand, you know, that I'm living. Let me help, you know. And I know that many people who would have passed, and I believe that my father would be looking and thinking, I wish I could do this for my children. For many years as a child, I dreamt of my father every day. He visited me in my dreams every day. And, you know, there are things he would never be able to do in the physical for me. And so now that you're here, able to do something for your family in the physical, do it. Just do it.
Let me take this comment.
There's also an aspect that people don't like to say out loud, which is some people don't want to share. Yes, they don't want, it's their nature. They don't, all the money they are making, they want to eat it. Where I stop, I stop. Where I go, I go. So if that is your case, and if they are right too, but if that is your case, let your family know. Don't hide under, you don't want, do you wish me dead? Are you wishing me dead? And then you want to kill me, and you don't write it. We tell them I want to eat my money so that they leave you alone and go and find theirs. Where I find it painful is when you have little ones coming up. There are some men who have trained their children. Everybody is a graduate. They've sorted them. And they feel, okay, the money I've made, I'm going to eat as much as I can eat. And when I go, whatever, however they want to share it, that's fine. Whoever gets what, that's fine. And they leave, that's okay. But when you have little children, you need to start paying attention. At an early age, you don't have to wait because you really don't know when the trumpet will sound and you will leave on your way to work or your way back or anything can happen. You really don't know. So you start making that plan. And with everything people experience around you, even if you were not thinking about it, you have seen this person's father die and you saw how the children struggled. Do you wish that for your own children if you still have children? So pay attention and start putting things down. Some also have this fear of, if I now go before my wife, I'll now leave something for her. She will take it and give it to another man. That's another issue why they don't leave anything. They'll feel, my children will survive. After all, I grew up surviving. There was nobody handed properties down to me. So we need to understand some of these mindsets. What I advise is start having these sort of conversations early. Like, and it's not only about property and money. Even how you want to be buried, even how you want your family members to divide themselves. So my father has told me already that he's a chief, which I know will give us problems when he dies because they want me to perform some rites. I'm the Ada. I can't dodge it. But he has told me that he wants to be buried in church. They should just sing hymns for him, simple burial, anything I have to. Instead of buying those cows, I should be giving him the money now. I should make sure he eats it now, which I'm already doing. But I still need him to put it in writing, which he has refused to do. Because if he does not put it in writing, I'm speaking English. When I get there on that day, they will stress me. They will stress me very well. So on the other hand, I have my father-in-law he's a lawyer, but he doesn't want to have this conversation. There are issues already that we're already seeing will come up when he dies. Daddy, sit down, have this conversation. He doesn't want to have it. His son is afraid to ask him to have the conversation. I'm just looking at them.
It's not an easy conversation to have.
Just looking at them. We have to wrap up on this, but let us take a few messages.
I wanted to take this person's tweet. Ugomen Fiona says, my father had a will. He told me about it. Even when he made adjustments from time to time, but my father died suddenly. He was murdered, and I saw a lawyer say no will. Things happen in Nigeria, Sha.
Yeah, we've heard of those people contesting wills and things like that.
This is the worst case. And banks too. Secret accounts. Banks that,
that make their money.
Become millionaires over people's discreet or secret accounts. You know, these things happen. They're truly, truly everywhere. The best thing to do is to keep a list of what you own. And find, at least, if you cannot find one person, find 2-3 people, if not among your children, relatives that you let know these things. People who you know that they are secure in their own space, not the people that are waiting, let him just fall and die, let me convert it. Lawyers do these things, and I know a lot of comments have come before the disciplinary committee on this.
Let me take this call from Princess. Good morning, Princess. Are you there?
This is our Princess.
Mariah and the ladies, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, guys look good. My name is Princess Aborara. I'm calling from Abuja.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
I've been following, and 4 women talking, and I've been hoping to hear or have a conversation around a woman also writing a will. We are human beings. We are asking for emancipation and to be free and to be treated equally, just the way the men are treated. At this point, I always, talk to women about this, and each time I come up with this conversation, they have a problem. They don't want to talk about it because it is always centered around the man's property, the man's money, the man's houses, his land, his this. I am from a polygamous home, and even though my father didn't say it, I want to believe, with my level of experience right now, that what he planned to achieve, he actually did, which means set every child up, make sure they are comfortable enough, equip them with all the knowledge they need to survive, give them good education, not expensive education, good education, not expensive education. And then make sure that you give them the right morals. Let them understand the beautiful things of life, and make them also understand that some of these things you want to have, you cannot have them because you don't need them. Now, that aside, I like the fact that a lot of aspects have been touched by all 4 of you. Fantastic. I particularly like what, is it Uju or Ada, I'm trying to remember her name now. What BC said. And here's something. I have 3.
Oh, Princess. I really wanted to hear her. So I guess she was talking to the fact that when we talk about this issue of will, we always almost subconsciously refer to the fathers, the husbands. So she's saying that women also do have wills. And I think the conversation is across board. The point is that man or woman, we should be willing at some point to have this conversation. I think I've shared this story because I know a family where the man is alive. He shared his will already to his children. Everybody has gotten what they want. He's only living off what he has right now, but everything has been shared. There's no child that can say that everybody got their own property. And he's still doing well where he is. So the point is that, we're going to wrap up on this conversation. The point is, yes, we have faith in God. We believe that we trust God for a miracle at every stage, because the truth is that on your dying bed, God can still heal you, absolutely. But we're saying that even with that faith, when you have an opportunity, when you are blessed, based on what Miriam said, to have an opportunity where you know that based on science, the time is near, it's a blessing to say, you know what, this is what I want to do, and make things easier for those coming after you. And if you do survive it, hallelujah, praise the Lord. But if you don't, at least your family is happy that something was done properly before you left. I think that's really the summation of this conversation. Let's go back on a break. When we come back, we'll come back with something very interesting and Friday-worthy. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
You know, everything in life has a recipe.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria, on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be. Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria, on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Thanks for staying with us. So moving on to our Friday fun-loving topic. So we saw a message about an employer who took to his social media page and to give reasons why she fired one of her workers. According to that message, the staff bleached her skin and her knuckles made customers uncomfortable. Now, the boss went as far as telling her to perhaps have gloves on when working, or so that it doesn't scare customers. In fact, they tried to even move her to a different department, but she refused, and then eventually she got fired. But so the conversation is this discrimination, or is the boss within her right to say you can no longer work here? And I think it was an interesting conversation, because this issue of discrimination is something that we almost just, we take with levity in this part of the world, because we just easily discriminate. It's like, what's the big deal? But the truth is that does an adult have the right to choose how they manage their skin, and how should that affect the work they do for you?
Everything is not about discrimination. If I hire you to do a job, it's because I need results from you. I need a particular kind of result. If for whatever reason it gets to a point where I'm no longer getting the results, it's within my rights to say, you are no longer serving me. I'm just paying money, but I'm not getting results. In this story, customers were beginning to complain about the knuckles, that it seemed dirty. And the truth is, if you see people who do this horrible, cheap bleaching, you won't want to take anything there. They look like bole. Roasted plantain with some patches. That's how they look. You wouldn't even want to take anything from them. So, and it's a restaurant business where you have to serve with your hands. It's not like you're writing papers or anything. You're serving people. And people see a hand bringing food that doesn't look presentable. They are within their rights to complain, because they are there to spend money. And you now called, so if they didn't have any conversation with her and they let her go, that's a different thing. They called her into the office. Madam, this our bole hand is no longer working for us. Can you wear gloves? And she said, no, I can't. Why? Why would I wear gloves? So you're not working for me. You're driving my customers. I have to take a business decision to let you go. It has nothing to do with your effectiveness, but it's no longer working for us. So before we jump on me too, bandwagon discrimination, think about it if it's your business. I'm a businesswoman right now. I have a sales girl who's supposed to be helping me make my sales, and then my sales girl is driving my customers away.
Okay, so here's the situation, because in every society, there's an opportunity to learn, right? Unlearn certain things. Now, for someone like me, I have scars on my body. Many of you know I have scars. Now, these scars could have been on my knuckles. I could have actually had an accident where these scars are on my knuckles. So would you therefore discriminate? Because what if it's not about bleaching? Because you as a boss, you're already concluding it's because I use a bleaching cream. There's a possibility that it's not bleaching cream. There's a possibility I have a skin reaction.
Burn victim and he has
I could have been a burn victim, exactly. So there could be different reasons why my knuckles will look dirty. So the question, therefore, is that can you still discriminate against me, even if it's the discrimination here is because you think it's bleaching, but it may not be bleaching. It could be something else.
We're looking at this case study.
No, I'm just saying that. Bleaching. But I'm talking about discrimination. The fact that somebody's knuckles is a certain color. Suddenly, you as a boss feel they say it's dirty. Please, I don't want you. Isn't that discrimination, Madam Lawyer?
That's a different case.
Discrimination is such a serious thing that we must not take with levity. But then, just as BC said, there are certain things that are the consequence of your choices. If a person had a bond accident and, had scars on them, they would even be willing to have a conversation because, they've been dealt with life, to talk with their bosses. And the boss can have a PR and say, we're supporting this. This is our agenda. Like TVC now has a quota for disabled. They have, it's compulsory. In every department, they have even a blind newscaster. It is a decision. And the company is now leveraging on that to, to promote certain values. So that's a different matter. But you know that I cannot advocate for bleaching. So it is discrimination if it is. But if it is as a result of your choices, you bleach, you've damaged. You must admit that that's a damage.
Is that something? It's my skin, not your skin.
But it's not working for me.
But you know that to have the dark knuckles because you're toning your skin or bleaching it, it's a damage. It's something you should be treating.
It's my problem, not your problem.
No, it is. It is a problem. That's the first point.
For the workplace.
It's my problem, not your problem.
In this case study, she's not even seeing it as a problem. Because for her to say, I won't wear a glove, is that she's saying,
Take me like that.
I like birds' knuckles.
Okay,
So now the seriousness of it here is that there's a problem to her and to the people interacting with her, including her employers. And she must admit that this is a problem. Kindly give me some time to take care of it. If she's unwilling to work it out, you cannot compel the employer to say, because I'm not going to be guilty of discrimination, you must remain here. Not be my fault.
Let me come to you, Mary.
Just as a correction, we've had someone come to educate us and say, we say people living with disability instead of calling them the disability, yes. So what I see concerning discrimination at work is very delicate. We need to be careful so that we're not seen as being insensitive. In this particular case, I would say that she got fired because she refused to compromise with the employer on the best way to serve their client. She was not fired because she bleached her skin, because she was still coming to work and she was still attending to her customers with her bleached skin. So the employers did not stop her from working. Customers have said, when she comes to us, we feel uncomfortable. And we have a conversation, okay, so this is where we are now. Now you're a different person. How do we make this work for us? Because when we employed you, this was the person that we saw we employed, and it worked perfectly for us. But now, due to these changes, which are changes that you brought on yourself, which are changes that also you can reverse if you wanted to. But okay, you have decided here, could we wear gloves during working hours? Not for the rest of your life, not when you leave. Could it be part of your uniform? I don't think there was anything wrong with that. Now, when we have situation of, let's say, a burn victim or someone had an accident and now has to use wheelchair, now you see where that will be a bit different, because I did not bring this on myself. Probably I even got injured because I was doing something concerning my work. Now that will be different. It will have to be, we need to put in a place where it will not be too hard for you to still do your job. So you will have that conversation. We also have to look at the conversation of, could we put you in another department where you would, you would thrive and you would do better. But there are also discrimination where people get pregnant, where people are not given promotions because this is a woman. She's young, she just got married. She's going to get pregnant in another few months. I'm not going to give her this particular. That is discrimination, because you're assuming that she will not be able to carry out her duty because she's pregnant. The pregnancy is natural. Many people have been known to go to work until they have their baby. So when it comes to workplace discrimination, it has to be looked at case. It has to be case specific. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go on a break now, because the truth is that in different parts of the world, somebody can argue this in court and say, listen, my employment letter that you gave to me asked me, my job is a waiter, to serve. You didn't tell me this is how I have to look or a certain way. That means maybe my skin has to be a certain way. My engagement letter said this much, and as long as I am actually adhering to what the terms of my engagement is, you have no right to sack me. This could be taken up in court. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll look at this. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
We'll look for something.
Stay tuned. Your view.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy Eastplash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be. Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be. Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're still discussing discrimination. Before the break, I was talking about the fact that when a waiter is engaged, there's a terms of engagement, which I seriously doubt includes how the color of your skin. And also, as I said earlier, there could be a situation where you had an accident, something could have happened, you got burnt in the kitchen, and your knuckles got burnt. You know, different reasons could have changed your skin tone from the time you started work to the time you're employed. Now, as long as you're doing the job of serving as a waiter, does the employer have the right to say, because your skin looks like it's dirty to my customers? I mean, that's not that. Do you think that's enough grounds?
If it becomes a customer concern, you know, businesses run on feedback. So if your customer's feedback all the time is about an employee, it's not you discriminating anymore.
So we start educating our customers on how to not discriminate against people.
Customer
will go to where
it's a Nigerian problem. We all discriminate against each other. Maybe that's where.
This is still an employer-employee situation.
Okay.
And between an employer and employee, there's no problem, except that customers' feedback, because they run a hospitality business, customer feedback is that this has to be handled. So your employer, you can't sustain a discrimination action against your employer. He's not the one discriminating against you. He's trying to run a business, and you're giving him a situation that he's dealing with. He's asking you, make certain compromises so that we can continue to make profit, so you can even have a job eventually. But you're saying no, and then you don't bring an action in discrimination, I think it won't sustain.
Okay, can I ask Miriam a question, or even BC? Imagine you live in a country where the government says it's okay for you to accept people of different sexual orientation, right? So you as an employer, you are compelled by law to engage somebody with a different sexual orientation. But all your customers are like, I don't want this kind of person serving me. No, please. All the way he's dressed like I don't want him serving me. Would you then, because your customers are complaining that you hired somebody who has a different sexual orientation as other people, you now say you sack the person? The law would obviously come for you. So the point I'm trying to make is that we as a people have we normalized discrimination, that, okay, because you have funny knuckles, or because I don't like this, I don't like the way it makes me feel, suddenly you shouldn't be employed, or you shouldn't serve me. That's the question. Have we normalized discrimination? No. I think I have a call. Let me take this call and I'll come back to you. Good morning, Trudy. Are you there?
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning. You're live.
Yeah, Maria. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Please, I will quickly make a statement on the first topic you made, Will, before I go to what I want to say.
It's your view. Let it count.
It's good for parents to discuss. You see, death is inevitable. Death must come. It is even better for you to discuss it, iron it, put things in order, put yourself in order if you have that opportunity. Because many, 99.9% of people does not have that chance to do it right. So once in a while, discuss death. It's not a bad thing to discuss it. You are discussing it to iron things out, get things ready, because you don't know when it will come. Then, on the issue of discrimination, we need to draw the line, define discrimination, what it means. It could be by my language, I am Igbo, you are Yoruba, you are Hausa, your color of skin, your certificate, and blah, 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 blah. Those ones, but whereby you have a scale, you see, I know about business management. In business, like Obiajoli said, your client first. Your client is, the first person that you will listen to. Okay, this lady has cares on her body, and you, the director, you noticed it, but you didn't want to talk about it. You are comfortable with it, but the moment your customer starts talking about it, then there is danger. Remember there, your business will go down if your customers start leaving. If she is chasing the customers away with what the customers are seeing, your business is going to end.
Right. Okay. Let me come
to answer your question with a question. So let's take, for instance, this restaurant is a family-oriented restaurant where we cater to the family. So parents will come in with their children to have snacks, to have food, and there's the restaurant has a certain value that attracts parents to come in with their children. They'll have family time, and all of a sudden, one of the waiters decides to pierce the nose, put tattoos, and starts, dressing differently from how they started. We had our code of conduct when we started this job, and all of a sudden you have broken all those rules. And because personally, maybe it's my business, I do not have a problem with it personally. And then I call you aside and I say, and customers start complaining that we can't bring our children anymore to this place. So why is this person studying like this? Why is that person? And I call you and say, this is what my customers are saying. This is a family-oriented business. Is there any way you can hide some of this tattoo when you come to work so that you can serve after work you can go back? And you say, no, this is who I am now. This is my calling now. This is what God has asked me to do right now. And see, You are driving my customers.
Right.
So you are not a team player. You are disobedient. You have you have flawed the laws of my company, and I can't let you go.
I totally agree.
Take me anywhere you want to take me to. I will bring my own books.
So totally agree with you. If you've defined your restaurant as a family-oriented, and it will be in your terms of engagement. Okay, in this place, so because children come here, you can't wear bikini.
Yes.
Because children come here, you can't do this. Yeah, it will be very clear. But when it's not clear, you didn't say I shouldn't use anything on my skin.
This one will be clear.
You can come.
No, it will be clear now.
In your own letter of engagement, they put you will not breach your skin.
We're talking about hospitality business. We know it's about packaging and the way we look.
Service.
You're a model. You're supposed to be wearing size 0, size 4 dresses. And then you come back, you say you went on holiday and came back in size 10.
16.
Until you cannot run on my runway. And then you take me to the court and say that they discriminated against me because I changed my size. Until you will not be able to wear that. So now you're also talking about maybe we're taking discrimination as a people now, how we take discrimination. Now that's another conversation. And that conversation is showing in the way we even look at fashion. So now what we have is like in the modeling industry, we're having the modeling industry open up its doors to plus-size women. You know, we're having them walk the runway. We're having people now thinking about how we discriminate differently. You look at someone with bleach skin, it should not be about the person is irritating me. It could be a problem that, you know, can be solved. So we need to, as a people, also become more sensitive and more respectful of people's differences.
And decisions. My decision is to pierce my ears. And listen,
and it's not working for my company. That's my decision also.
But we have
for your company.
One second. You know, I was talking about being case specific. Imagine you were a banker. Imagine you're a teacher.
Yes, it's in your net of engagement.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's case specific. But when we talk about hospitality business, we're talking of appearance.
Yes.
Okay, let me take Dr. Moya. She's been holding for a while. Good morning, Dr. Moya. Are you there?
Good morning. Happy weekend.
Yes,
happy weekend.
Yes. I'm completely with Uju, and I understand why she's so passionate about it, because she has a business.
Yes,
and so she knows what is at stake, what is involved. In every business, the priority is the customer's feedback. If they are happy with you, the rate at which they are happy with you is how your business will increase. If they are not happy with you, they will not come. So it has nothing to do with emotions. If you had an accident before getting employed, it's a different case. But for some reasons best known to you, decided to bleach your skin, and the employer was even fair. He even said, okay, she will wear hand gloves just for a period of time. After you leave your work, once you get out of the gate, if you pull it out, there's no issue. Even me myself, in the place where I work as a lecturer, my boss calls me that I should remove my nose ring. Not just for it was not about me this time. It was about the student, because their impression level, they will say our lecturer did it, so it's okay for me to do it. So I have to make that sacrifice. In every business, you have to make sacrifices.
Dr. Moya, I hear you. Let me say, you see, this is the problem I have with Nigerians. We know when to accept the international Western culture, because the truth is that if you have a nose piercing, you can be a lecturer. In fact, we've seen pastors, you know, on the pulpits abroad where they have tattoos. So when we want to do discrimination, we know when to flip it. Once you say that's abroad, but there are days where you want to flip it over and say, oh, now why can't we be like them? So the point is that, please help me.
You're a Nigerian, you go abroad, and then they tell you cannot serve in a particular restaurant because you're black.
Simple.
Because you're black. The customers, they don't say because you're black, but the customers just don't feel comfortable when it is you in particular who is different.
That is the normalizing discrimination. For us, it's normal. Why would you come with your black knuckles? So you're discriminating against somebody with black knuckles.
If you want to bleach,
it's not your business if I bleached.
Bleach where?
No. If I bleach, it's not your business, because it could have been anything else. And my bleaching is my own bleach. It's not your bleaching. My bleaching doesn't affect me. It affects you.
It's affecting me because you did not bleach it well. Bleach well. Simple.
Niva,
bleach
please.
well.
I have to run. Go ahead.
So the line to sustain a discrimination action is to be very clear about it. If it's not working for your business, it's different from when it's not working for you. So a person is biased. I just see more. Okay, let me use a quick example. You see my hijab, you don't like it.
Exactly.
You've not known me. I've not worked with you. You're not talking about my competence or how it's affecting your business growth. So when it's affecting your business growth, it's a different matter. So as a business owner, your willingness to move to another department is not discrimination. Your willingness to compromise and say, wear a glove, you have not discriminated. but you're trying to grow a business and still keep in employment somebody that, you know, affects your business.
So if an hijabite is my waiter and my customers are saying, I don't want a hijabite,
she might be competent as an accountant, but some people will just come and say, how can you be an engineer? I have a lot of hijabites in STEM. And somebody will just come and say, how can you be? No, because I suffer it.
Yes.
Some people will just know and say, how can you? How can you be a lawyer?
On TV, you remember, you got
being on TV, comments and all of that. So discrimination is something that has to be very clear. So TVC is not the one discriminating here. It is a person's bias.
So should TVC now say, because our viewers don't like a hijabite on TV, please move her?
Yes. TVC cannot say that because they have a company policy. This is this point. If TVC now says, while I was being auditioned, that, oh, you're very competent, you qualify, we see your certificate, but we're not taking you because of the hijab, that's clear discrimination.
Okay, yes.
That's a discrimination.
Calm down. If we juxtapose this to what we're talking about, you have been calm down. There are two scenes. Before you got employed, you are discriminated against, Abby. I'm saying in this scenario, you've been employed
already, and
they saw you as a hijabite. Okay. Suddenly, our viewers are not saying, why is the hijabite on set? Please remove. Would I now say because would I now say because the viewers don't like a hijabite, I remove her? That's what happened. Because my customers don't like your knuckles. Wait, because the customers don't like your knuckles. Yes.
The growth is what the company will look at.
Yes.
So, and if the company enjoy their growth, why would they do?
If my sponsors are saying I cannot put money in that show because there's a hijabite there, would that discrimination?
And the ratings of the show drops. And viewers stop watching.
Would that not remove her?
But if it does, you have to show it clearly. You have to show how it affects your business clearly, not based on your personal bias. Because I would take an action against TVC if it happens. Don't doubt it.
We're making
so when we get to court, TVC has to be able to show the books and say this is how it affected our work. So it's not about one person I met.
So Mariah was asking a question that sometimes this discrimination, is it really about those things or the mindset that we need to change? When we now, the employer should have taken a step and say, this is one of our very hardest working waitress here, and she serves you just well. Your food is still served warm, your food is still served cold, and she's on time. So forget about how she looks. I insist that she keeps serving until you get used to her. Because we have seen it happen, let's say in your case. Yes. When you joined, you were the first hijabite to have joined the show. And for some people, it was a shock. Like, what would we have? And it took some getting used to. So TVC took a stand. She's here, she's competent, she makes intelligent she has intelligent points of view. We have her. And now we have people that love you because TVC did not allow itself to be pushed aside, but be pushed because of people's discrimination.
I have to go on a break. When I come back,
we take
the calls and so stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
ShopX TV is proud to introduce the Copper Chef drink.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup check. Are the scripts on the prompter? Script check. Are we set in the PCR? All team in place? PCR check.
Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights up. Plans all set, 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup check. Are the scripts on the prompter? Script check. Are we set in the PCR? All team in place? PCR
check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights up. Plans all set, 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup check. Are the scripts on the prompter? Script check. Are we set in the PCR? All team in place? PCR
check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights up. Plans all set, 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup
check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script
check.
Are we set in the PCR? All team in place? PCR
check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights up. Plans all set.
Thanks for staying with us. All right, so we need to take a few messages before we wrap up on this issue of discrimination. Miriam, you have some, or Nima, some? Go ahead.
He said, a busy large says, it's not even about TVC alone. If you, her colleagues or co-hosts discriminated against her, despite her really good ideas, we'll know and we'll just drag on our Instagram. Okay, that's comments from.
Okay.
I had some prepared earlier.
Biliki says bleaching a serious business. No be wasa. You must get good change for pocket to go in or. Wahab says we pick and choose what suits us. The level of hypocrisy is unbelievable.
All right.
Good bit says. Okay, no, they were greeting each other here.
Okay, so I have to move on now. Before we, while we're doing for those of you that probably didn't watch from the beginning, during the newspaper review, we took a story about the Navy's ship, and I insisted that the Nima was giving the report that it was made in Nigeria, and I said, "Are you sure it wasn't just assembled?" She kept saying it was made in Nigeria. So we got a message from, let me see, Director of Information, Nigerian Navy, sent me a message. Commodore Suleiman Dahun sent me some pictures, and I'd like our producers to show some of these pictures. So this is a picture of it being, I would still say assembled. I wouldn't want to say made, but it's looking like they said stages of construction. So I mean, you can see they are still putting it together. I mean, there's more than this now. There's more than this. In my phone, there was so much more. Okay. All right. So actually, so it was showing pictures, but we had more pictures than that. But it was being put together, built in Nigeria. So on behalf of myself, I apologize to Nigerian Navy.
To us Nigerians.
To us Nigerians, that this ship was indeed built in Nigeria. And please, I pray that the Navy accept my apology. They wanted me to apologize on national TV.
I would like to advocate if it can be named the Nima ship.
Nima ship, because Nima is the number one advocacy.
I believe in it already.
Advocate on this. All right, so before we, remember we're still celebrating Christmas and African-themed Christmas. We'll be talking about our winner today in a minute, but we wanted to just show, the ladies wanted to, I would say, maybe honor me. I would say my graduation, celebration, my graduation. So we're supposed to show it on Monday.
Let me do it for you.
We're supposed to show it on Monday.
Let me
go ahead.
So MSc Mariah. So on Saturday last week, Mariah graduated.
Yes.
You know, and she's now a master's holder in media and marketing communications. We all did this masters with her together.
Yes.
The reading, the assignments, she was juggling everything, and she came out in good honors. We are proud of Morayo Afolabi Brown. She's a leader, and she's an example to a whole lot of us. So please, give it up for Morayo Afolabi Brown.
So that's the VC, the Vice Chancellor, outgoing. Well, we're still going to probably have a different clip for that show, but I just want to thank the entire ladies of you for supporting us. I mean, it's not easy, you know, doing the whole work, schoolwork and everything, but I'm so happy that now it's over, and I'm working on the NBA now. The NBA, by God's grace, next year we'll sort that out. People are saying I should do PhD. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. It's something that we might consider. The PhD, I don't know, it's not easy.
At all.
It's not easy.
But you can.
But
just know we're so proud of you.
Taking up the...
I'm proud of you.
That's, at least I got the pali. It's official. All right, that was Ajimogovia. Okay, all right. So now, back to African-themed Christmas!
My God.
Yesterday was glorious. And we're going to be doing that because it's not easy to do it every single day. So we're doing it every Thursday up until Christmas and the end of the year. Now, as many of you recall, we had actually asked our fans to put money together because based on Davido's asking for people, his friends, to donate money, we now ask our fans to donate money. So we put the money together. Everything came to 880,000 naira. And now out of that money, we've given 2 of our former live audience members who used to be here. We've given 2 people 50,000 naira. We'll still show you a clip sometime later in the weeks. But with the balance, we're giving out 50,000 naira every single day for 12 days. We started yesterday. We gave Love Day his own. And today, we're going to be picking. So what we did was that we picked 20 20 winners. Of course, we've got lots of entries from different parts. Over 200. In fact, it's even more like 300 now. As of the first day. And it's still coming. So we put quite a number in a basket. I think we shortlisted about 20 that sounded really compelling. And from that 20, we're going to be picking. So we're going to go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll pick the next winner of this year, of today's 12 Days of Christmas 50,000 Naira gift. Woo! We're going to break. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a
So, thanks for staying with us. We still have an African-themed Christmas, and one of the objectives of this, and I think you saw it yesterday, is to show that Christmas doesn't have to be so foreign. We can actually Africanize it and make an African version. So that's why we have our sets brought to us by Finesse Events. You know, we built a set that had some African feel. Yes, we still have the Rainbow Christmas, which I've actually put palm trees. But we'll think of, making it look nice and palm, but the idea is to make it look African. And we wanted to just celebrate. So next week we'll be doing Mariam Makeba.
Yeah.
That will be the person we'll be dressing like for next weekend.
Surprise them though.
Oh, sugar. Sorry, I should have. You're right. Okay, so we have to pick the winner. Who's going to go? Mariam, would like to pick? Please pass it to her. Let's see who's our winner for the next 50,000 Naira.
Okay. The universe, pick who needs it. Madonna Odionye. Should I read it?
Absolutely.
The 50K will go a long way to enlarge my little business of plantain chips. Presently, I use 3 kg gas cylinder, which make my production slow and stressful. Getting a bigger cylinder will make my work faster and stress-free. And I also need a big sealer machine because what I use presently is stapler, which makes my packaging slow. If I'm opportune to get this 50K, it will go a long way to help me reduce the stress of making my chips. God bless the ladies and God bless TVC Communication. Madonna Odionye.
Wow, so Madonna. So Madonna, right?
Yes.
So Madonna gets this money. So we're going to try to get the producers to call up Madonna. I don't know if they have her number today. So I would love to transfer the money to her right away so you can hear her on TV. But it would be really nice to hear from Madonna. So you're going to get 50,000 Naira. But whilst we're waiting for them to connect with Madonna, Nima was getting a lot of visitors on her DM and BC after we expressly
begged them.
So we know this is normal, but as you can see, let me speak English. As can see, this is how it's going to be done by raffle, so that there's transparency. Totally, we don't want to know who the person that benefits from it is. So we are going to be doing it clean and neat by.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop sending DMs.
Just post your comments. We're still picking, Abi.
Yes,
we picked already.
Well, we've already picked. We've already picked, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're done picking. So I don't know.
So just spray that
or tag again.
Picked,
Okay, so that's our 12 Days of Christmas gift. I think on that note, we're going to go on. We'll wrap up the show.
Yeah.
Anything else? Have a fabulous weekend. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.
Bye.